Buenas a todos gamers, espero que se me esté escuchando bien. Por fin vuelvo a retomar un poco el Genshin Impact, que lo tenía un poco abandonado, la verdad, durante unas cuantitas semanas. En el vídeo de hoy pues vamos a intentar hacer, que la tengo bastante aparcada, la misión de Dehya, que la tengo por aquí activada, exactamente aquí. Todavía no la he hecho, ya sé que es para matarme, pero bueno, ok, está Dehya, el señor Baisu y Nahida, otra parte de la misión de Naida. Así que bueno, que tengo un retraso importante, yo lo sé. La cuestión es que no... entre que no me ha apetecido y que he estado con otras cosas, pues no he retomado el Genshin, ¿vale? Por otro lado, una cosa que comentar, que no me quiero enrollar mucho con el tema, pero lo voy a comentar por aquí. Tenía pensado subir el vídeo de Cariberto, que sí, que muchos dirán, no, vaya, esa misión ya pasó un montón, no sé qué. Sí, lo sé. Quería subirlo, ¿vale? Pero tuve otra vez problemas técnicos relacionados con el sonido, y ya no solamente me refiero a mi voz, sino también al propio juego. Creo que hubo algún error incluso en el propio juego a nivel sonido, no lo sé, pero la cuestión es que las voces de los personajes, los efectos de sonido y todo no estaban bien grabados, se escuchaban raros, se desfasaban. Total, y por mucho que intenté buscar remedios, como por ejemplo quitarlo, poner algún tipo de música de fondo y tal, no quedaba bien, porque Cariberto es una misión muy siniestra. Me quedé loca, ¿vale? Muy resumidamente me quedé loquísima porque es una fumada terrible ese evento, y te toca un montón la fibra, honestamente. Da bastante terror en ciertos momentos, ¿vale? Pues no quedaba bien de ninguna forma el vídeo, así que decidí, muy a mi pesar, no subir el vídeo, ¿vale? Pero bueno, comentar que ese pequeño evento, pues la verdad que tocó bastante. Pues nada, vamos a hacer la misión de Dehya, como dije, a ver si la puedo terminar hoy, Dios quiera. Y vamos avanzando poco a poco en el juego, a ver si me puedo quitar algunas cosas, porque la verdad que ayer por la noche, antes de irme a dormir, eché un vistazo a ver cómo estaba la cosa y casi me da un parraque cuando vi todo lo que había, y yo, pues nada. Y yo, como siempre, voy por el camino más largo porque soy así de feliz. Pero bueno, en fin, ¿qué le vamos a hacer? Pero bueno, lo dicho, a ver si avanzamos un poquito en el meollo del asunto y retomamos el Genshin.
I was trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list? Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. We can...
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello there.
Por cierto, intenté conseguir a Dehya en el gachapón y no hubo forma, ¿eh? Se me resistió.
Still hanging out together. Dear.
I said I was going to resign from being her bot. The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time.
I told Dehya to just stay at our place when she took... My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing some...
That sounds like something they would say already. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna...
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dehya.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay...
What? She said they'll treat you to the best dishes.
But wait. Didn't you say last time there are so many places...
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's...
Oh, come on. Not this again.
I know, I'm sorry.
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, ever since you first set foot on the... Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into...
Nah, are you kidding?
Did you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to... If something really is bothering you, then just tell me.
Por supuesto, Dehya tiene un problema.
Looks like Junior's Odd was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you, but mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends.
My lady, you're not good. All right, I'll share what I know. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention. As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organization. My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and... However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds...
Deshret's relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akmar.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the divine knowledge?
Deshret's relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al... On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though...
The Khan?
I think it means beard or something. Anyway, the real issue is that Dakan al-Akmar...
Say what now?
Problemas familiares.
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety.
I won't go into details, my lady. But they've been involved...
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They stripped the... Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary...
That's beyond terrible. They won't even...
I don't know how Deshret's relic sees it. All I do know is that if I don't do something about them, then even my... I just wish I knew what's driven him to do...
Yeah. How can your father do...
I don't know. People change. He's always been...
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing. Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. They're rugged.
Sounds like a night...
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
Oh, vaya.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention? He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, the problem was that he had terrible taste. They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest.
Sounds like your typical fairy tale.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so in... Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get... It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they...
What an interesting guy.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish. Until I grew up and learned the true face. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, did they really think that as long as they didn't do...
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference...
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that... I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect... Yeah. I told the boys to gather as much information as they could.
I see.
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who...
Well, now you get...
What should we do? They both have...
Huh? But there's no need for you...
Well, she's super tough, so if she went into the desert with you...
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took her along. I'll wait for news from you in the city until then.
I'm honored that you care... All right, then let's get moving.
Al lío.
A moment, if you would. Are you two the famous traveler and Paimon?
We sure are, and who...
My name is Wikas, a member of the Academia Extravaganza Planning.
Yep, and that's exactly why...
Is that so? Looks like since you're both interested, would you mind if I gave you a brief explanation of the... So, the Academia Extravaganza is a grand... The gala is held annually.
Espera.
During this time, all 6 Darshans will... On the other hand, the championship is held once every... This year, the gala
¿Por
is
qué tengo
being
la
held
sensación de que me he
alongside the
equivocado?
championship.
Got it. Cool.
You're most welcome. Answering questions...
Huh? Need our help?
Well, let me begin. Lesser Lord Kusanali and the sages came up with a plan for the Academia to recruit As such, we've invited a great number of desert dwellers to take... I've heard that the 2 of you are famous across both the rainforest and desert. With your participation,
Exactly. Or...
no need to worry. The championship there's no pressure.
Creo que he cruzado 2 eventos sin darme cuenta.
That kind of sounds
Vaya
like a
F.
deal. What do you...
You can head over to the festival venue later. Some of them even might be... So, how about it?
Wow. Having...
The main event venue is at the outskirts of the Citadel of Rep. The championship is going to begin soon.
Alright.
Sí, o sea, definitivamente he cruzado 2 eventos sin darme cuenta. Sí. Acabo de... Vale, disculpen este breve inciso. De verdad. Como se nota que tengo muchas cosas. Vale, volvemos a la de Dehya, ¿vale? Por favor. Te vea. Ay, señor, de verdad. Ah, no te creo. No ha pasado nada, ¿vale?
Dehya, you're back. Are these 2 friends of yours?
Muy bien.
Likewise. Anyway, since we've got a new, they've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own, they even attack other relics.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other a portion of their profit is immediately...
That's terrible.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so... A few days ago, a shaman and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised, rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora.
Wait, a power?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are... If their only goal is Mora, they could have...
Siento si voy tan rápido, aparte de que leo bastante rápido, no quiero demorarme demasiado con los diálogos y hacer la misión lo antes posible. Así que me disculpan si no me pueden seguir el ritmo todo lo que les gustaría.
Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as Dakan al-Ahmar became more and more active...
Sounds mighty strange to me too. Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone.
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are.
What he said. Besides, Dehya, haven't you done more dangerous than in all...
Yeah. And while they went to talk with Dakan al-Ahmar, I took a look at the last... Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Reebok. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a... Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest...
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Oh, you're all...
Of course. Paimon is the traveler's most important guy.
Oh, in that case...
Don't underestimate Paimon.
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless. Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite...
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge by appearance.
Oh, one other thing, Dehya. When you're free, why don't you... We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got...
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our... Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up in your mouths gaping. The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about...
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that, and you weren't even gonna...
All right.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
Qué bueno.
Are they?
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously. Getting it all
Me encanta cómo corren por detrás.
things come up is better than keep. That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, hey knuckleheads, can you at least?
Yeah, you hear her, Hollow? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regard.
Will do. You stay safe, Dehya.
Ah, es aquí. Vale.
This should be the place. Let's find... It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another.
No need to worry. She knows her way out.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard. Ah, here they come. You ready? Let's not give them a chance to react and end this.
Lucky today. Take that.
Let's fuck things up. Shine down.
You're the Flame Main.
Good. That saves me an introduction. All right, time for a little talk.
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first...
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your rep. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the... You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you. I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way. 2 seconds.
I'll save you the trouble.
Huh? Are you crazy? He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick, search the area for any first aid supply. I definitely didn't expect him to go that far.
What? Why would...
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of... I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us and...
Well, he's out cold for now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be... There are lots of goods around. I'm really sorry.
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it. Maybe it's a record of something.
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a record of their transaction. Yep, I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Tikrit, all familiar names. Dakana Lakmar has been trading for a hefty supply. This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in that person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods. Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
No?
Yeah, every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora. But the final one, perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. Huh?
What's wrong?
Shahzaman Homayani?
Homayani? You mean Dunyarzad's family?
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name.
Está
What the heck
implicado.
is going on here? I'm sorry. You're right. I'll consider what we found, but what this piece of paper confirms is that
What if the Homianis have been kept in the dark?
that's a possibility. But if that was the case, why is this caravan? They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Rebat or Port Ormos. Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade...
But why would he do something?
I honestly have no idea. I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed it. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment but that's still just a speculation. I don't think the master would stoop so low to make... You're probably right. I know my lady's personnel...
But what should we do now? All we found is just another
If you ask me, I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. Let's go find my lady again. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper...
Dehya, are you sure this is the best decision?
I've considered that possibility. But even still, she showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. That's not how I deal with people.
You're right. Paimon wants to try...
Yeah. Let's...
Activity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Ah, vale, ahora tengo que cruzar. Tengo que hacer ahora. Me encanta cómo se cruzan los dos eventos. Pues nada, a por ello. No pensé que se me cruzaran los dos. En fin. Como estoy tan perdida y se me han acumulado todas las cosas, pues ¿qué lo voy a hacer? No pasa nada. No pasa nada.
Welcome, one and all, to the Academia Extravaganza. Now then, allow me to fabulous monetary rewards, research funds, a limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card, and the right to wear the Diadem of Knowledge. I believe that I need not elaborate as to how the...
She should be Karina, right? Looks like she's in the middle of something.
The Diadem of Knowledge. What a
Every time I see it,
I believe that most of you have already seen the Diadem of Knowledge, or 20 years ago, a researcher named Sachin bought it for a large sum of Mora before donating it to the Academia. The generous championship prizes are also sourced from his sponsorship. Before we begin, allow me to express our gratitude to this researcher, who cannot be with us right now.
Things can only get worse. Things can only go from bad. Human nature begets conflict, and conflict begets ruin. From the beginning, the seeds of wickedness have been.
Hey, stop spacing out! Paimon called out to you, but you didn't respond. You okay? Did you stay up late without telling Paimon?
All right. I'm sure we're all more than ready for the Now then, let's invite our 6 Darshan...
Tinari.
Morta, Tainari!
Me encanta la presentación. Saino.
Representing Spontamod, Sino! Representing Ratawahist, Layla! Representing Haravatat, Farazan!
Cabe.
Representing Kasharawar, Kabe! And for Vahumana... Huh? Is Vahumana's representative?
These introductions are pointless. Let's just get this over with.
Ostras.
Wait a sec.
Finally, our final contestant is Vahumana's representative, Hat Guy.
Don Sombrero me encanta.
Oh, so that's that guy. I think I've seen him before.
You know who he is?
I've heard that he's a researcher from a different country. His manner of speech hasn't made him popular amongst most other Vahumana.
Aside from his more controversial aspects, Vahumana has seen a dearth of new talent lately, and some of it...
It's just kinda weird. He doesn't seem like the kind...
Now that we have our 6 contestants, the championship will soon begin. Who will triumph this time around? Hold on to your hats, because we're all on this ride together.
Huh. We really do know a lot of the... Oh, right! We're guest commentators, aren't we? So figuring, let's go ask them when we go say hi. Especially him.
We meet again, you two.
Hey, Tainari. We came here to check out this extrap...
Is that so? I heard that there would be guest commentators recording the proceedings with camera.
It's a pleasant surprise that you're visiting Sumer, because it's always rice to meet stew again.
Sai no es su humor, de verdad.
So, Tainari, you're representing Amurta, but haven't you both already graduated?
I had wondered the same thing. When I was told the news, I later found out that anyone who has been a part of a particular...
So that's a rule, huh?
There are some restrictions, though. For example, Sage...
That's right. Also, there are 2 methods by which the Darshan representatives are chosen.
You must have been a case of the latter.
I heard that quite a few of your juniors petitioned...
Sometimes I wish I could clap a few of them over the head and tell... Well, you can, but after some consideration. Next month, we're having a public lecture on ecology at Gandharvaville. If I participate, I'm not that concerned about becoming the champion. Unlike some...
Yes. I'm using the last of my leave for this. When I heard... This year's card is a rare one indeed.
Wait, is it some...
No, it's a very common one.
So...
It's very cool. That is reason enough. I shall do my all to emerge...
As someone who doesn't play cards much, I can't...
Fair enough. Alright, let's go find someone else to... Kaveh! Farzan! Layla!
Huh? Oh, it's you.
We're here as specially invited guest commentators. Our job...
Is that so? In that case, I'll have to trouble you to catch the moment of my triumph. Remember to shoot from behind at a lower angle. You know.
Don't get ahead of yourself now. Victory will obviously...
You're far too young to even consider challenging me.
Actually, I was going to ask...
Con razón tiene ojera.
Huh? You don't remember?
What?
Huh. How strange. However...
yeah.
Good. Then we are officially introduced. I like respectful ones, by the way. Would you like to join my research group?
Madam Faruzan, I'm quite sure this counts as poaching.
I know. But it's been tough getting people these, but once I win this tournament, it'll be a difference.
So you're just here to increase the amount of...
Well, not just that. What? Well, I suppose there's been an influx of newly enrolled students, and moreover, research resources will be made available to the victor, so that will
I'll do my best as well. So, why are you here, Layla? I don't know why, but a lot of people recommended me. That sounds like what happened to Tainari. Him too? Oh, I'm really nervous.
Stress not, young one. We must all experience fear.
But Madam Faruzan, I don't...
Seriously? Everyone has such nice... must I say?
Yes, you do! We got...
well... you know, right?
Oh, that's right!
Oh, what? I'll hate them? What about him? This has nothing to do with him.
Oh! Right, sorry, Paimon has no idea what she was... So, you want to use the grand prize to buy a...
Correct. Also, my father took part in the introduction. Once I do, the right to wear that diadem will be mine.
That's not a bad reason at all. Although your chances with me here aren't great, I believe your father would be most proud.
Not that he'll have the chance to celebrate. My father passed away many years ago.
For you to have experienced such a thing.
It's all in the past now, and life goes on, doesn't it?
All right. Earlier, you said that you want to use the prize more at... I also heard you mention I'll hate them just a moment ago.
No, of course not! Why would you think that?
Paimon's definitely not involved either! So...
Just call me Hat Guy. That's the name I use in Vahumana.
That sounds like a nickname.
So I can't go by a simple...
Fine, suit yourself. Alright then, we're specially invited guest commentators.
You could be Matra for all I care. So what?
You...
I'll tell you this much. I have an agreement with someone not...
You're not plotting something in secret.
Well, it's hard to say. Why don't...
Ugh, Paimon's had it with you. Fine, be that way. Then we won't ask you why you're participating.
You two sure like to poke your noses where they don't belong. I heard that the Vahumana researcher named Akaba was researching the Tatarasuna incident. Later, when I was bored, I wrote some commentary on societal issues in Inazuma. I didn't expect Vahumana to from start to finish. It was just the wishful thinking of idiots. A misunderstanding. But when Lesser Lord Kusanali heard about this, she went out of her way to get me registered in Vahumana. Enough chit-chat. You're better off Someone's about to get very unlucky. Wanna get...
How is anyone supposed to relax with you around? We've gotta stay alert. Looks like Karina's got a moment now. Let's go chat with her.
You must be the guest commentators, Vikas, and I saw you two having quite the lively conversations.
We were actually looking for you.
Excellent! Then please allow me to explain your job response. First, please take these two. The first item is a custom camera from the Academia. The second is an event-specific locator that will flag all participants' locations. It will...
Wow!
Aside from you two, there are two other commentators. However, they will remain by the commentators area and will not be following the contestants in real... Speaking of which, you probably know them.
Oh, it's them! We have to...
Well, don't let me keep you, unless you have any questions for me. Why do you ask? Really? I didn't see any such person. Strange. I was on stage the entire time.
I didn't see any...
Perhaps you're mistaken.
Hey, traveler. Paimon. Long time no see.
Ahora lo entiendo.
Dehya, Candace! You two are here as well!
Dehya está aquí.
Ah, so they're two friends of yours. In that case...
The Academia sent us both invitations, so the villagers were also encouraging me to...
We're here now, so no point dwelling on that. Even though this extract merchants from all over will set up shop. I'm already set on helping you buy 2 new outfits.
I'm looking forward to it.
So, traveler, Paimon,
we'd love to.
Aw, that's a shame. Let's...
Sure!
In that case, Candace and I'll head out first. Good clothing and fabrics are very...
No need to rush. I think we'll have a better time. See you two later. Feel free...
Paimon didn't think that Candace and Dehya would come. Hanging out with them sounds like a great time.
I will now announce the rules for the first round of the comp. During the opening ceremony, Academia staff released several cages of butterflies. Amongst these butterflies, 3 of them will be special swift flies. Your objective this round is to find a swift fly and bring it to me. 3 points will be... That is all for the first round. Should you require clarification on anything, please ask any of the other staff.
Oh, Hathem's all business all the time. That said, how did he...
Finding 3 specific butterflies?
If these swift flies...
I'm off. It will take some time to search every corner of...
Huh? You're going just like that?
A champion walks the road to...
My dear Kasharawar Jr.
Cooperation?
Looks like everyone's got their... We're supposed to go on stage next, right? Huh? down. Do you remember those things we made previously?
Huh?
It's time for them to shine. It looks like Faruzan and Kaveh have some secret plan.
Oh, hello there. Madame Faruzan and I are discussing...
Shh! Hush now. The walls have ears around here. Come now, let's go. Before the others act.
All right, there's no time to lose. We're off to make our preparation.
This is basically what I'll need.
I have most of the reagents with me, and I can buy... Kale, you're here too! Kainari, you have a master plan ready?
My hypothesis is that the Swiftfly's morphological variations... Of course, I could be wrong. Every mutation opens the door to... details will have to wait until after the post-experimental analysis.
Okay, see ya! Hey, Layla!
Yeah, I have no idea. I can't even figure...
Aren't people who research the stars supposed to have some extraordinary abilities? Why not use astrology to...
Oh, you're another contestant.
Is it that you can't use astrology during the day?
No, it's not like that. If it's...
So, why don't you do that then?
Mona Magistus, the astrologist, said that those who constantly... it's just something I read...
You're overthinking it. Power is just a tool. It just seems to me that you don't have the resolve to win.
Hey! Seriously?
Did I say something wrong just now? Thank you so much. To be honest,
Lord Sino seems to have found a Swiftfly. Come on.
Really? Where?
The butterfly flew up high, and he's chasing it now.
Oh, no time to lose. Let's...
as expected of Sino. I'll head into...
Alright. In that case, let's go see Sino for...
Contra. Torpeza la mía.
Stay put. Don't move.
He caught it! Huh? Sino?
This isn't what I'm looking for.
Finally, I made it. I heard that you caught a Swiftfly, Hold on. Isn't this the mechanical bait that I released earlier?
Wait a minute. If we consider this from a different angle, isn't it a good thing that the bait you made was convincing enough to fool even Sino?
That's right. During a previous interior design project, I felt that the artificial flowers on a wall were... In order to make them both small and nimble, not long ago, the two of us took all those
Why would you do that? Need you even ask? Have you never played that game where you place strips of paper on a bait?
No, wait.
That's right. The butterflies within the city will mistake our mechanical bait for one of... As long as we keep releasing and retrieving our bait, we can capture all the Guess that... Do not underestimate the wisdom of your elders. Of course, we also owe much to this fine junior of mine here for making such lifelike butterflies. It seems that Kashara...
Well, I just stuck to what I do best.
No need to be so polite. Once we look! One of them is returning now. Huh? Wait a moment. Are my eyes deceiving me? That's because there are none. Seems like...
Looks like the match continues.
Huh. Come, let's search in the direction the bait returned from. We'll go
So it was the
Tainari!
Fascinating, isn't it? The butterflies have all... I infused it with 3 different types of honey.
Butterflies, wait. Do they even...
They do not, in fact, and their vision. However, they can use their antennae to distinguish between scents, and their olfactory senses are...
Oh, so that's how it is.
That's normal. Raising butterflies isn't difficult. Appropriate temperature, sufficient air, and a spacious environment. Most importantly, you must curb your curiosity and avoid...
Sorry.
Humans tend to rear many creatures due to their aesthetic value. Caring for living beings is hard work. Impulse...
You sure do know a lot.
I have a question too. I bought a scarab not long ago and it has a...
I'd like to keep a dustbird as a pet. What are some keep...
Is it possible to keep a Rishbalin tiger as a pet?
Ojalá.
Alright, it seems like you all... But I am in the middle of the Inter-Darshan Championship at the moment. Let me propose an alternative. Next month, there will be a biology lecture at Gandar. If you're interested, you can attend that lecture, and if you should have any...
All right, I'll be there.
Of course, please try to ask more... rational questions.
Looks like Tainari's science lecture will...
Oh. Seems Kale's master does live up to his title as a teacher.
Madame Faruzan, I've had a look around. Nearly all the butterfly... However, we can cast our bait further away.
All right, then let's get moving. Seems like the competition's really heating up. I've been searching for quite a while. Instead, I ended up catching... Looks like Faruzan. I'll keep up the search. That said, probably because the other contestant... What's this? Oh, what a coincidence. I guess I just... please wait. It's so fast. Paimon thought I'll hate... No, come on, Traveler. Let's go too. The locator's going off! Looks like someone's already caught themselves a swiftfly! The locator's going off again! So, someone else finished too? That would mean that the one Layla's chasing is the last swiftfly!
Oh, it just occurred to me that we should also get...
No, it's fine.
Maybe you won't, but it doesn't hurt. Come on, just trust me on this one. Huh? Who are you, and what do you want?
Please?
Don't move. Who sent...
Dehya.
Don't worry, I can handle this. Now, tell me what... A butterfly. Was it on my...
Oh, you're...
It's been a while, Layla.
A friend of yours? Oh, so she...
Huh? Oh, yeah. It has been some time.
That's right. She didn't look well, so I gave her something to eat. She's... right. Do you still want this butterfly? It's of little use to me, but...
Just let her have it.
The swiftfly was flying so fast, but you were...
It didn't seem that quick, really. I was actually worried.
Anyway, sorry about the butterfly thing. Huh. On second thought, I guess I've never seen...
I'll do...
We'll be on our way then. See you later.
Alrighty, let's bring the swiftfly back.
It seems we have a third contestant. With that, the first round has come to an end.
You're...
Well, you could certainly stand to try being more decisive.
Hang on a second. Who were the
Tighnari was first, and as for the second, it's being discussed right now.
Hey, Alhaitham, I think second place gets 2 points, right? Can't Madame Faruzan and I split?
Quite the imagination you have there. I've read the championship.
Then we can just add a rule.
Do you really think I'd do that?
Come on, you're not going to stand in the way of my victory.
Well, you're free to send the organizing committee an application outlining your night.
3 working days? It'll be 2...
Unfortunately for you.
Paimon gets it now. Kaveh and Faruzan found the second Swiftfly together, but the rules say that only one...
Oh well, the rules are the rules. Since you call me madam and politely ask for my... So I'll put the points under Kaveh's name then?
No. If I take these points, won't that only detract from your... You might be alright with that, but I cannot do it. No.
I don't have any problem with it. There are 2 more rounds after all. But if you insist, I have another method. We can draw
lots.
What? Is there...
No.
All right. I'll get the paper needed.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but...
No, you do deserve it. I'm just lamenting.
Indeed. It's rare to see anyone with such terrible...
And what would you know about that? I just...
we can save bickering for later. Record the second round will be held in the desert. Let's meet up in Aru village once everything is ready. Till then, you have some free time. I'm off the clock at this point, so...
Wait, I'll hate them!
Don't be upset, Kaveh. Sign...
Oh, so that's how it works. In that case, I'll win the next round. You'll see.
Looks like you've managed to pick yourself back up, young man. Good.
I'm no stranger to the desert either. I'll be fine.
So the current standings are Tighnari in first place, Faruz... Guess we should also take a...
Why, you two look a little lost. If you're not sure where to start enjoying the academia...
Your boss? Who's that?
Well, only the most famous merchant in all of Sumeru.
Oh, you mean Dory!
Precisely. Our boss sent me to...
Oh, well, if it isn't the traveler in Pine...
Hey, Dory! Are you here to attend the...
Of course! People are practically flocking to... This is one of the entrances into the city, and it's very close to the Wisdom Gala booths. There'll be an endless stream of customers. I can already hear the Mora going clink, clink, clink as they... Well, is there anything you'd like to purchase?
What?
Oh, wait! We're celebrating the extravaganza, and you're only thinking of eating... The Wisdom Gala is about to begin, and just between us, I have some super booster supplements for sale.
No thanks, we'll pass. These little... Anyway, Paimon just wants something to...
All right, Mora.
Well,
Let me see.
This is a huge job, isn't it?
If this works out, we'll be set. Here you go. 2 servings of touching.
Yay! Huh? What are you... Oh? Who? Someone we know?
Was it someone suspicious? Huh? What? I don't know who you saw just now, but I do have some hard to come by...
Qué extraño todo. Vale. Vale. No, me equivoqué. Ya puedo continuar aquí, ¿no? Perfecto. Bueno, cuando termine de saltar las misiones. Vale, ya estoy con la de Dehya otra vez. Muy bien.
We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then.
What? Actually, we are still investigating. It's just that...
I see. The clues you found...
Something like that.
You all look a little... dispirited. Why don't you discuss it with me?
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being a...
So something is wrong. Even on any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me.
My lady, please prepare yourself for...
The Master. Okay. I understand. My father has been supplying...
Yeah, it makes as little sense. I've never doubted the Master's integrity. So, maybe he's not actually aware of the full story, and just stumbled into the deal.
I can't help but...
Huh? You mean you feel it?
Thank you for sharing all this. Since you've told me everything you know, in the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me, so... However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30.
About that. Well, the Homiyanis really needed bodyguards, so later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever... He offered me a pile of mora, so...
Well, but that didn't really answer my question.
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone... I think I get what you're saying. You'd think none of this was a...
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seemed strange or out of place. If my father had always been in contact with Dekan al-Akmar.
Porque la hija del líder.
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my...
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has...
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
Sorry we put all this on you so sudden.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking, regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a...
But is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he... However, the Homiyani family, if we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating...
Dehya.
It's alright, Dehya. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that...
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid...
Hey! It's still too early to give up hope! What was the thing about Right, yeah, trust! Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts!
Thank you, everyone. In which case, my lady?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give up...
usual plan?
Qué turbio todo.
Thank you for coming, sir. Please allow me to introduce these two.
Yes, my daughter has mentioned, but we may skip all the pleasantries.
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction...
So, that's what you found?
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And what I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth...
Wait.
Yes. I understand perfectly why you came to seek, but knowledge always comes at a price. Your father, Kusela, and I both believe. Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but the facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself, and if you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt effort...
His heartfelt efforts. I've made it this far in life without a single... I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to... I came here today to support you as the head of the Homayani family. No warning...
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was... They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled.
Really?
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. We started talking about our children, and I said to repay his kindness. I hired his brigade to help out at our...
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize the man I knew to be strong and healthy had...
So, what happened to him?
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change, he then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a body. At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe... But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the...
So he was the one who recommended...
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually... He was already beyond redemption, but if Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard...
And that's why you offered her such...
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he... And that's also why I tried to persuade you to stay when you asked for permission to leave. Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him in...
He was always like that. Acting like he's owed...
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dehya's fees. I refused. Eventually I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that letter contained a request to help him by...
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Dekhan al-Ahmar...
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became... But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to get... That thought occurred to me as well. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all... I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but in the end, it probably was the wrong decision.
If you can, please tell me where he is now. None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep... If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into the...
Oh no, Dehya, please don't feel that way.
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions. Another way? I don't know. I knew him and he was nothing more than a child, but I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade, however, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary, and he's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dekhan al-Ahmar. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night.
Understood. Thank you, son.
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, my father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I feel like our only course of action...
Yes. I am prepared. It's time to face my...
Pues vaya tela con la historia de Dehya, madre mía. En fin, voy a dejarlo aquí porque ya ha pasado una horita y poco. Obviamente me he retrasado porque se me han cruzado dos eventos que no pensé que se cruzarían, pero no pasa nada. Intentaré continuarlo en otra ocasión y terminaré este evento para pues seguir adelantando todo lo que tengo pendiente, básicamente. Nada, muchas gracias por acompañarme en este gameplay. Seguiré informando poco a poco y nada, que lo dicho, que muchas gracias y hasta un próximo gameplay, gamers.